Spooky Crew, it's Samantha Moon, and today I'm going to show you how to transform your old Harley Quinn wig that you wore 4 years ago for Halloween into her new style that she wears in Birds of Prey. So I'm going to cosplay as Harley Quinn from Birds of Prey, and I need a wig for that. I don't want to spend $40 on a new one. So I'm just gonna cut up my old one that I wore 4 years ago. If you like this video, give it a like and subscribe to my channel for more costume tutorials and other spooky things. All right, so I got some scissors, and first thing I'm gonna do is cut off this extra color that we're not gonna use because her hair is shorter for this movie, and it's only the blonde tips right here that we need right here. In this movie, the Joker and her broke up, and we've all been there where we go through a breakup and we need to change our hair. That's what she did. She just cut it all off. All right, so we don't need this. It'd be good to throw this in a trash can, but I don't have that. So I'm just gonna put it on the floor. There we go. Yeah, so I'm just cutting this so it's out of the way because we are not gonna use this. You can just rough chop it. It doesn't have to be perfect. There you go. Also on the floor. Okay, no, maybe I should really throw those away. It's gonna get messy. Okay, we're gonna restyle it because her hair is a little bit more fun and spunky in this one. And so it's up here a little bit more. So we are gonna cut off the rubber bands holding together. There we go. I'm wearing a nice shirt on top and some shorts. Don't match at all. These are just home shorts. There we go. So this wig is really unique and weird that the color just wasn't on the tips. It was actually throughout the wig, and then they just covered it with the blonde. So I'm separating the color from the blonde. I'm gonna put the blue in a ponytail first, and then that way I can later cover it with the blonde and make sure I fully cover it. I'm using a boar bristle. I got it on Amazon, so it's probably not real boar, but this is really nice to smooth it out because it doesn't pull on the hair. It just smooths it out. It's like lies on top. So this is really nice for wigs. I have one of these really tiny rubber bands, and we are just gonna tie it up. Now we're gonna do the same on the other side. All right, so we have those set aside. Now she has bangs. That's a new thing to her look. Before, she's had like 2 strands in her face. So we are gonna separate the hair that we want for the bangs from the hair that is gonna cover the color. All right, I think I have the bangs, the hairs I'm gonna use for the bangs. I'm just gonna tie them off so they're all the way. You really wanna make sure you cover all the blue and pink hair. This would be way easier if it wasn't like that, the color throughout, but this is the wig I got. Maybe yours is like different, but yeah, it's a little trickier. Now I'm taking the blonde hair and covering it over the color, and we're gonna tie this off into a ponytail. All right, grab your brush again and try to smooth it out. Would really help to have like 4 arms right now. I don't know how people do that fancy thing where they get the brush and pull it up like this when they have a blow dryer in the other hand. I don't know how they're doing that. I at least need like 3 arms to do that. One holding my hair, one holding the blow dryer, one holding the brush. Like, this is hard enough to do. Oh my God, I think this is actually working. Okay, I have it all gathered. Now for the rubber band. Oh, it's gonna snap. Don't snap. Don't be like Thanos. All right. There we go, I did it. And then doing the same thing on the other side. Found the ribbon I cut off earlier. Make sure you get that out of your wig. All right, so that actually looks way cute. I'm shocked, but it works out. And just like that, we're almost done. We just gotta do the bangs. All right, so there's longer strands on either side. There we go. So separating that. I hope I have enough hair because I don't want to add more. This is so perfect what I did. All right, so I'm gonna just chop off some length, and hers is kind of like diagonal like this. So I'm just gonna cut some off like that. And they're like separated. People with bangs, your bangs always want to go on the sides like curtains. And that's what hers are doing. So to fix the separation that the bangs are doing, I'm just grabbing my straightener and straightening them into place. I'm making my stink focus face. Every time I'm focusing, I always make that silly face. All right, now back into nice bright lighting. The bangs are now sticking it down, so that did work. It worked. I'm gonna cut the bangs more at an angle. She has really short bangs here. They go up to like an inch past her eyebrows. And the tricky thing of cutting bangs is sometimes I cut them too short and they're sticking like that anyways. So this is perfect. You can't mess up on this. If you cut them too short, they're supposed to be really short. I'm making the strands more edgy by dragging my scissors downwards. I'm making the pigtails more choppy by chopping at the ends. And I'm also making some random chops throughout the hair because her hair is really, really choppy. And now I'm making the pink side of Harley Quinn's wig choppy also. And in Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn's hair still has some color in it. So next I'm gonna color it. I have a really, really crazy hack that I just found out and discovered on my own just now, just trying it. Here's my trying piece just to make sure my crazy idea works. I love using what I already have on hand. I'm not about to buy some hair dye, a temporary dye, or some hair chalk. But what I do have on me is some lipstick. I tested it out and it works, so I'm gonna try it. Yes, I do have a blue lipstick just on hand. Yeah. How does that look? That's a color. All right. Hey. So here we go. We're gonna do this. I'm grabbing some blue lipstick from NYX and I'm applying it all over the bottom part of the wig. And as I'm applying it, I'm also like squishing it around to really make sure the color covers everything. I just discovered this trick, just trying it out, so any type of lipstick I'm sure would work for this, so just use whatever you have. And when you're doing this, you might want to wear gloves or you're going to end up looking like a member of the Blue Man Group. And you also might not want to wipe your hands on a white towel. Okay, now for Harley Quinn's pink side, I'm using pink lipstick, and I think this is Wet n Wild, so just really cheap lipstick I'm using. And I also learned my lesson this time. I'm wearing gloves doing this side. The pink side's really nice because the pink that's already on the wig is really similar to the pink Harley Quinn has in the movie. The blue side, that blue is a little bit darker, so make sure that you just cover it around, like the hair you dyed covers the darker blue that's inside of it. Alright, so I covered the Harley Quinn wig fully in lipstick. And to set the color, I'm rinsing it under water to make sure I get the excess out of it and it's not rubbing off on everything. And in Birds of Prey, Harley Quinn's color in her hair is a little bit faded anyways, so this will help with that faded look. And I'm doing it to the blue side, almost like squeezing it, and keep doing this until the water is pretty much running clear. I don't think it will ever like run totally clear. I'm just making this up. I think lipstick has like oil in it, so you probably can't wash like all of it out because oil and water like don't mix. And now I'm just blow drying it. And I'm adding some last minute styling. It was a little bit curly before I washed it. Now it's straighter and it's a little bit too long that I want it to be. So I'm cutting it shorter and making sure it's nice and choppy. I'm really happy with how well this turned out. So you can definitely take your old Harley Quinn wig that you wore 4 years ago and change it up to the new style that she wears in Birds of Prey. And if you ever need to dye a wig, you know to just grab some lipstick and that will do the job. I'm so excited to see all the Harley Quinn costumes for Halloween and for cosplay. I know I'm going to cosplay so much as her. I'm going to make so many different costumes that she wears in Birds of Prey. All right, so we're all done. We took our Suicide Squad wig and made it into the wig from Birds of Prey. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. See you next time. Alright, I really hope you enjoyed this video. Subscribe to my channel for more costume tutorials and other spooky things. And in a couple seconds, links for other videos will pop up on this page. I just made this end screen super, super long. Alright, have a good day. See you next time.